The mysterious life and death of Brittany Murphy. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian, and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So, girl, if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. Best friend, I wanted to say, first of all, thank you guys so much for all your love, your support, your kindness. I don't take it for granted, not one bit. I think it's something that I have to say in every video because I really am so grateful. And I see messages all the time like, can you just freaking start the tea? And I'm like, I can. And I minimize my intro. I mean, my intros used to be like a 3 minute. Now it's like, 45 seconds, girls. If you can't wait 45 seconds, and honey, maybe you need a chamomile tea, bitch. I don't know what to tell you, girl. But I really do always want to make sure that I am showing you guys a lot of gratitude because I feel a lot of gratitude in my heart for you. So thank you all. All right. Brittany Murphy, one of my favorite actresses ever. Okay. Seriously, the Rolling with Homies and from Clueless to Uptown Girls to that movie she did with, oh my God, with Drew Barrymore. You're pregnant? My daughter's a slut. My daughter's a slut. What is that one called? Writing in Cards with Boys. I mean, Brittany Murphy was such a beautiful soul, and I will never, absolutely ever forget my ex-boyfriend. I was just dating out of school. He knew I loved Britney Spears, and he called me and was like, "Oh my God, did you see the news that Britney died?" And he didn't specify what Britney. I started panicking, hyperventilating, this, and that, and he only did it to be mean, but little did he know, I also really love Brittany Murphy. So and for like a minute, I thought it was Britney Spears, and then when I found out it was Brittany Murphy, I was still very sad, but I'm like, wow, you're fucking disgusting for doing that shit. Anyways, I kept them like, Brittany, and he goes, yeah, I'm so sorry, no, it's gonna hurt you. What a fucking asshole. If you're watching, you know what, girl, stick a freaking Oompa Loompa up your damn ass, bitch. Listen, actually don't, because Oompa Loompas are sacred. Let me tell you something. Brittany Murphy's life has been dealt with so many different mysteries. I mean, there's been so many mysteries around it. And there is a very, very mysterious, scary connection to Britney Spears. And I thought that we would take a look and watch this, take a look and go back in time and see what the mysterious connection of Brittany Murphy and Britney Spears actually is. So I thought it would be very interesting to do this together. So let's get on to the life and the death and the mysterious, mysteries of Miss Brittany Murphy. So let's talk about the tragic passing of Brittany Murphy. I mean, we all loved her in Clueless, 8 Mile. I mean, she's done so much. Listen, there is a lot more to this story that meets the eye, honestly, including some seriously dark Hollywood vibes and conspiracy theories about her husband, Simon Monjack. So let's just talk about this, the rise and fall of Brittany Murphy. First of all, Brittany Murphy was a total icon. She starred in classics like Clueless and 8 Mile, and her talent honestly was undeniable. She was everybody's favorite. She also did a song. Did you guys know that?
End up that you became you had this hit single, #1 single, and it's real singing too. It's not like you're actually. I was listening to it today. You're actually singing. It's not like J-Lo.
But unfortunately, things did take a tragic turn in December 2009 when she suddenly passed away at just the age of 32. The official cause was allegedly pneumonia and anemia and some prescription drugs. But here's where it gets juicy. A lot of people started questioning the circumstances surrounding her death. Enter Simon Monjack. Britney was married to Simon Monjack, who had a pretty shady reputation even before they tied the knot. After her death, he came under serious scrutiny. Many fans and conspiracy theorists believe he might have been involved in something more sinister. So allegedly, people thought he could have been controlling her, especially considering their tumultuous relationship. Some even speculated he might have had a role in her tragic passing. So, first of all, when the father of Brittany Murphy believes that allegedly there was rat poisoning.
Well, it's very suspicious, and I read the reports on the toxicology reports, and everything sounds very, very, very more or less suspicious. And I feel she was poisoned. There's no question about that. And I feel she was murdered.
He wanted to reopen the case, but allegedly was shut down. When someone as vibrant as Brittany Murphy dies unexpectedly, it raises so many questions. Like, did she know too much? Was there something happening behind the scenes that we're not aware of? This is where the conspiracy theories really start to swirl. So I do want to just say that, this is all alleged, of course. Conspiracy theories, I'm not really big into them, but, you have to sometimes wonder, if there's smoke, is there fire? You know what I mean? So, one of the wildest parts of the story is the involvement of Britney's personal trainer. So allegedly, he tried to reach out to her shortly before her death, but was unsuccessful. So he expressed concern about Britney's health and even her living situation with Simon. Now, let me tell you something. Even if you don't believe in conspiracy theories, this is some crazy shit. So he did express concerns over Britney's health and her living situation with Simon. It's so chilling to think that someone close to her was worried but couldn't get through to her. This is exactly like what happened to Britney Spears, which we'll get into in a second, because Britney Spears and Brittany Murphy have like a really crazy connection that you guys will probably not believe. But listen, the conservatorship kind of isolating someone away. I mean, it's just too creepy, man. It's chilling to think that, her husband, Simon, also passed away months later. Reports that, the mother thought it was toxic mold, but obviously the autopsy report is out there and it's pneumonia and anemia. But there's definitely something crazy. And obviously this raises so many red flags about what really was going on in her life at that time. In the documentary of Brittany Murphy on HBO Max, allegedly Brittany did know she was dying. And that is why, they are very questioning, like, hey, if she was complaining that the day of her passing she couldn't breathe, how come they didn't rush her to the hospital? How come Simon Monjack told Larry King that he didn't want to perform an autopsy because he didn't want to, cut into Britney's perfect body? Do you know what I mean? The aftermath, just 5 months after Britney's death, Simon also passed away under similar circumstances. The official cause was heart failure, but many speculate it was related to the same chaotic lifestyle they both led. So, they definitely wanted to kind of pin it on some life choices of Brittany Murphy, but I will say that I'm just kind of like thinking, you know what, girl, this is a little bit too crazy to me. I mean, it's too many coincidences. Something, in my opinion, really toxic, crazy, and dark happened. And, did you guys see that photo shoot that Simon Monjack and Brittany Murphy's mother did just months after Britney's passing? I mean, they look like a married couple. They literally look like a married couple. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Now, with Brittany Murphy and Britney Spears, they do have some kind of connection. So, I mean, this is actually going to spook you guys. Listen, it is a lot of craziness, but let's talk about it. So, if you guys didn't know, Britney Spears sold her home in the Hollywood Hills to none other than Brittany Murphy. But here's where it gets super eerie. There are claims that the house had some serious bad energy and that there was some potential hauntings going on. People started talking about strange occurrences in the house, with reports of weird noises, shadows, and just an overall unsettling atmosphere. Allegedly, Britney Spears felt like the place was haunted and wanted to get rid of it. Imagine being in a house where you feel something's off. I mean, honestly, I'm not good with that kind of stuff, girl. I have Jesus by my side, okay? There is no Casper the Friendly Ghost here, okay? So she sold the house. She actually allegedly did not want anything to do with that house. She wanted to get out as soon as possible, and she just felt like something really, really bad was about to happen in that house. So Brittany Murphy moved in, and she might not have known about the house's dark reputation, but shortly after she settled in, some stories suggested she also started experiencing the same creepy vibes. Friends of Brittany claimed she felt the energy was off. Some even said she would talk about strange occurrences, which is kind of chilling considering her tragic end. Now, the conspiracy theory, right? It says that some people believe that the house unsettling energy was linked to a darker past. They think it's not just about creepy vibes, it's about a manifestation of something deeper. Maybe it was connected to the Hollywood scene and all the drama that comes along with it. Oh, listen, let me tell you something. You just never know. I mean, girl, you have to put some holy water anywhere you move, girl. Some Palo Santo, some sage. So, adding to, obviously, the conspiracy, with all the chaos surrounding her death and her relationship with Simon Monjack, some believe the house could have had an influence on her mental state. Was the negative energy of the home affecting her? That is the question. And that's why a lot of people believe that, Britney Spears wanted to leave because she started feeling like she wasn't herself. So the legacy of the house after Britney's untimely passing, the stories about the house only intensified. People have speculated whether it's cursed or if something about it just brings bad luck. It's a wild thought, but in Hollywood, who knows, girl, what really goes on behind closed doors, okay? So let me tell you something, okay? I just have to say, regarding Brittany Murphy and Hollywood and all these conspiracies, I do have to say that I do believe a lot of them. I absolutely believe a lot of them. I believe in scary connections. I believe in mysterious, things that, the Illuminati, or was Diddy involved? Or, I also believe that there is a very strong connection in Hollywood. When someone knows something, they usually end up gone. And that is a fact. I mean, if we look back, a lot of our favorite celebrities have lost their lives in very mysterious ways. And to think of the connection between the trainer who also trained Diddy and all of that stuff, Kim Porter passed away from, pneumonia. Brittany Murphy passed away from pneumonia. Like, there's a lot of scary shit going on. Of course, all alleged. I'm not saying Diddy's involved in anything, but I'm saying there's always these, kind of misconnections. Like, there's always like this huge entanglement when it comes to Hollywood. So it is very scary. But I was thinking, if you guys want me to do kind of like a deep dive on, conspiracies from the past, let me know in the comments. There is far more to talk about when it comes to Brittany Murphy, the Diddy of it all, the Ashton Kutcher of it all. So if you guys want me to get into that, I can do another little deep dive. But Britney Spears, she's someone I love and admire so much. And she actually does remind me of Brittany Murphy, because Brittany Murphy, I don't believe she changed with fame. I think Brittany Murphy always had that laugh, that very, very beautiful and happy laugh. And I just felt like she was always so grateful to be ever. And I felt like she was always so down to earth. All of her castmates who have talked about her say that she was just so incredibly kind and incredibly sweet. So I do think that there's a bit of mystery. There's a lot of mystery. And to know that she passed away the same way that Kim Porter did, pneumonia, is very scary. So I love me some Brittany Murphy. If you guys want me to get more into details about Kim Porter and Diddy, let me know in the comments. These are I'm trying to do them as, of course, respectful as possible, but there is still a lot of mystery regarding the passing of Brittany Murphy. So I hope you enjoyed this little deep dive-ish video. I'm not a professional editor or anything. I try my very best, but I always like to kind of change it up a little bit for you all, because I got to keep you guys on your toes, honey. So I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Oh, girl, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.